You know, I've seen somebody, and this is a real life story. Somebody went somewhere, somebody and her husband, they were fighting, and she went and did fake divorce papers. And she wanted to prove a point to threaten the man, and gave the guy fake divorce papers and told him, you know, they were not talking in the house, and told him, sign it and let's end this thing. Unknown to her, she didn't know that the person also wanted to divorce her and was looking for an opportunity. She dropped that paper. The guy, she was telling the guy later, it's a fake divorce paper. The guy said, no, I'm done. Why should you be threatening people with divorce? It should not be part of the conversation. It's childish behavior. You know you want the marriage, so why are you doing that? It should not even be something, you know, it should not be part of it. If we are Christians and we believe, we really believe that, you know, we want to submit to God's word, why are we talking about divorce? I will just leave you. I am tired of this. This marriage cannot work. Some people be confessing those things, and you're wondering why the marriage is getting worse and worse. That's the reason. Okay? So the first reason why marriage relationship does not work is lack of submission to God's word. That's number one. And number two, we are getting deeper. Number two is trauma. Many people have trauma that they have not dealt with. And please, allow me to say this, especially guys, especially men. Men, if you see the way men talk about trauma, you would think trauma is something to joke with. They just say trauma is nothing. Is it not trauma? Like, no, they don't even acknowledge that it's traumatic. They just say stuff like, you see a guy talking about women, maybe a maid, you know, molesting them, abusing them, an older lady, you know, they'll be talking, you know, she used to touch me then, I was just enjoying it. You're like, do you understand that this is the root of your porn addiction? Do you get it that this is the reason why you objectify ladies and you cannot think clear? Do you know that this thing can distort your ability to pick the right partner because you can't think more than bum bum and breast? And people say these things and they just laugh. The way guys talk about trauma most times lacks sensitivity to how deep what they are saying is. So we need to normalize the fact that people have to understand that they are a product of things they have gone through. I will give you a personal story. This is very personal to me, but I will share to make it make sense. I struggled with something in my life for a very long time. I'm talking constantly for about 6+ years. It was a major struggle. Number one was commitment. Being in a relationship and staying in that relationship and putting my efforts into that relationship, it was very difficult for me. And the reason was because I had so much distraction and I didn't know how to not what's the word now? Accommodate. Is it accommodate? Accept the English is hard. What I'm trying to say is that if a girl likes me, I can't tell her I don't like her. I was very attention hungry. So if there are 12 girls that like me, instead of me to look at them straight in the eye and say, I don't like you, I won't be able to say it. Not because I care about them. Sometimes I care and I don't want to hurt them. But at the root of it is because I like the attention they give me. And you know, when I think it was 2023, I was thinking about it. I was thinking about what had brought me to a particular place where I was in my life, where even my ministry was failing. And the Lord told me This was 2022. The Lord told me that I'm battling with the spirit of Jezebel. And I want you to see the connection. He told me, you are battling with the spirit of Jezebel. Go and pray. Go and pray and break yourself free from the stronghold of the spirit of Jezebel. So I started to pray, and I started to fast. I started to study about it, and I started to pray. Now, when I had finished the prayer and the fasting, one day I went into my studio room in my house, and I just was thinking. Sometimes I just like to meditate like that. No, not meditation actually, because meditation you're speaking. But this time sometimes I just go there and I just go and think. And I started to think. The Lord just told me, He said, the entrance of that spirit of Jezebel is trauma. I said, what concern trauma and demonic stuff? And you know that text I always read, James 3 verse 14. It says, but if you have bitter envy and self-seeking in your heart, do not boast and lie against the truth. This wisdom does not descend from above, but is earthly, sensual, and demonic. Okay? It says, if you have bitter envy and self-seeking, that's self-attention. So I now thought about it, what happened in my childhood, and I hope you get my heart. I'm not projecting anything. This is a very personal thing. So I hope you are seeing that I'm really trying to help. My dad and my mom were separated from when I was young. And there was a particular time in my life. My dad is a very responsible man. I never owed school fees. I got new clothes. Provisions were sent to me. I never lacked anything from my dad. But you know, at a particular point in my life, I felt like I was not his son. I was a responsibility. And I say that because I have siblings. I have younger siblings from my stepmom. And every time I saw them, maybe at my grandma's place, they just looked better. They looked well taken care of. And they looked like my dad was involved in their life, very much involved in their life. I remember when I gained admission to University of Lagos, I went to my dad's office, and he just gave me money and told me, okay, go to this place, go to that place. I remember when my sibling, my younger brother got admission, there was a driver that brought him. My dad called me to be following him up and down. I thought about it, that this is very strange. I cannot remember my dad one time stepping into school, apart from when I was in University of Lagos for my matric, to come and even see the school I attended. And it looked like this was something he was doing, constantly for my siblings. I didn't know that I was deprived attention, and I was looking to cover up that void that I felt. I was looking to cover up that void with, what's the word right now? With the ladies that were giving me attention when I became a Christian. So I didn't know how to say no to them. And from just tolerating their attention, it brought in the spirit of Jezebel. I'm trying to say that if you don't deal with trauma, a demon can start powering that weakness. It's not something to laugh about. If you are coming from a dysfunctional home, there is a way generational pattern becomes generational curses. I know what I'm saying. I'm going to talk about that next week. There is a way a generational pattern can become a generational curse, in such a way that there are some behavioral patterns in your family that you guys adopt, and before you know it, it starts to cause for delay, starts to cause for lack of favor, within that family.